It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald, and that over there is Scooter Kelly's.
The one and only. We did this yesterday. We're not doing this again.
We might.
We're not going there.
We might.
No, we're not going there.
You hear that noise, Scooter? You hear this noise?
I hear your pen.
That's not the cord. The cord is the pen. Hey, good to have you here this morning. A little bit chillier today than it has been the last couple of days, and it looks like it's going to stay that way a while.
It's okay. I mean, it's that time of year where you're going to get a little variance.
Fluctuation, they call it.
Yeah, as long as it ain't snowing, we're good.
I don't even mind the snow. The morning show is brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you. Bomber Boulevard, we'll do that one first this morning, where they can serve you the biggest cinnamon rolls you've seen in a long time.
They are huge. They are great. I'd heat them up in the microwave for 10 seconds, make them nice and soft, and they are good.
Let that powdered sugar mix glaze just run in between the cracks.
We haven't had any of those.
And that's the show. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're going to breakfast. See you guys. Brewed Awakening now.
Brewed Awakening has a location at the BRMC lobby, and it's newly renovated. If you go in there, you just go right past the COVID checkpoint. I don't even know if they're doing that anymore. I haven't been there, thank goodness, in a long time. And go to your left, and there it is. And if you sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee, there'll be a lady sitting there playing the grand piano, part of the Pinkadillys. And the third location is out by Walmart and one of the kiosks there at Kiosk Village. There's quite a few of those out there these days.
There is. They've really done a beautiful job remodeling, though.
If you go out, and I'm talking about out by Walmart.
Oh, by Walmart. Oh, I thought you were.
Sorry. Kiosk
I'm
by
off.
Walmart?
I'm off.
Catch up.
Yeah, there is a lot of kiosks.
It's the tape delay, folks.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm waiting for it to come back on me. So.
Yeah, there is a good number of those kiosks out there by Walmart, but the Brewed Awakening probably draws the most traffic. I went by there on a Saturday morning before mowing last season, and they have a two-direction thing there, and they're busy both ways. So,
but they'll get you through.
They'll get you through. Go check them out. Brewed Awakening Coffee, Bomber Boulevard, BRMC lobby, and the Kiosk Village out by Walmart. And just tell them what you want. Hot coffee, frappuccino, cappuccino.
All your foo-foo flavors.
All the frou-frou for you. And I don't know, are they selling those herb teas, those iced teas out there too? I
don't know. I don't do
drink
any
either
of them,
one of those, so it doesn't. I need
to grab one of their menus, I guess, online and try to get an idea of what all they got.
Yeah, sounds good. David's tried to be able to tell us because he does that super duper macalati.
There you go.
Hot toddy thing. I don't know what it is.
Hot toddy thing. I'm with you.
You never know. Brewed Awakening Coffee. Check them out. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas brings the morning prayer. With all our respect, is how they do business. Renata Jenkins-Byler and her staff all over the state of Arkansas and over in Memphis, they do a great job. In your time of need, the best thing you can do is pre-plan. I had a lady talk to me about pre-planning 3 or 4 years ago, and I still haven't done it. Have you?
No.
But go by and check out Roller Funeral Home. If you're in Mountain Home watching this, the Roller Funeral Home is on Highway 5 North. As you go past Hospital Drive, just keep watching to your right till you see the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen, and that's where they are. Go check out Roller Funeral Home. And now the morning prayer. Good Lord, we just thank you for the day that you've given us. Thank you for all the blessings that you've bestowed upon us. Lord, again, we pray for all of our leaders, our local government, our county government, our state government, and our federal government as they daily deal with decisions that affect everyone in the land. And how they decide to do things needs to be guided by you, because if they don't seek your wisdom, then there's no telling what we'll end up with. And Lord, we pray locally for our firefighters and our policemen, our first responders and our EMTs, our nurses, school teachers, and our students as they wind up their school year. Lord, we just pray for safe travel for anyone that's going out. There's a lot of sporting activities going on right now, and so there's a lot of school buses with extra kids in them making lawn trips to and from. So, Lord, we just thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you for your blessings of each day. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And that was the morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home, and we appreciate their support. With all our respect, go check out Roller Funeral Home. We'll be back in just a moment with the weather after a word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, realtors you would recommend to a friend.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call, 870-405-0793, and check out our website, retiredoarkansas.net.
And now the weather, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, realtors you'd recommend to a friend. Let's take a look at their White River shot. Well, it's got some color to it.
It does.
And it's crisp. It looks really crisp.
It looks, I mean, that's just a beautiful morning picture right there. That's just, and that's not a picture. That's actually a video.
That's a live shot from Marion County into Cotter County. So you're looking at from the west to the east, and it's a little bit dark to pick out a lot of things. So let's go to the next clip and let's let it start strolling through. If you go to retiredoarkansas.net, there's a camera icon in the lower right-hand corner, and just to show that these are not pictures, these are actual live shots. Look at that water rolling. And I bet before too long, when the weather warms up just a little bit, you'll start seeing boats on that section of the river about every morning. So,
and this second camera, it'll change about every 15 seconds or so and go to a different shot.
Like that.
Yep.
And perfect timing. And that's a little bit further down the river. I'm going to have to research and see exactly how far down the river these shots are from the dam. And
okay.
I'll try to have that for tomorrow and see what that is. But this is God's country. If you want a piece of God's country, give the folks at Century 21 Lemac Realty, the Z-Team, give the Z-Team a call at 870-405-0793 and tell them that you want to take a look at God's country and see if there's something that fits your fancy that you might pick up on and make this a retirement home or maybe just a vacation home or just an investment property. But either way, Bob and Linda Zadora, realtors you can recommend to a friend, are the ones that you want to give a call, 870-405-0793. And now let's take a look at the weather. Temperatures around our area: Mountain Home is 42, Harrison 41, Batesville is 46, Yaleville 44, Marshall 39, Salem 40, Mountain View 39, West Plains 40, Springfield, Missouri 40, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 43, St. Louis, Missouri 42, and Watford City, North Dakota has dropped below 30. It's 28 degrees up there. A little bit chilly. You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Peachy.
Living the dream.
Just peachy. Take a look at this live radar here. Pull this back up. That is in motion. I don't see anything moving out of our area or anything moving into it. It looks pretty clear for us. Now it's going to populate a little bit different. I'll zoom in even a little bit more, and like I say, it's just clear shot from coast to coast as far border to border, and looking good. If you're traveling around, that's a pretty good picture to see. Let's take a quick look at the national weather watches and warnings. Upper Minnesota's going to get some snow, it looks like. Some winter weather advisory up there. Scooter, I'm color challenged, so you're going to have to help me with what these colors are in Kansas.
The 10 colors? That'd be a good question because I can't see it on my screen either.
You don't have them either? Okay. Well, we're just not going to stay there very long. Let's take a look at the Little Rock stuff. Temperatures around the state going to range anywhere from upper 50s to mid 60s across the state. And our 7-day forecast looks like this. Today is going to be sunny, then partly sunny and breezy, high of 58. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 36. Friday, partly sunny and breezy, high of 49. And the low tomorrow night with decreasing clouds will be 31. Gonna have to keep an eye on your vegetables. If you got plants out in your garden, you're gonna have to keep an eye on this weather because it's gonna be around 31, and that might bring in a frost that could kill off your young vegetation. So check that out.
I was told just now,
okay,
just so you know, because you were asking about the camera shots, that it's about 3 hours on river to the dam.
3 hours
from that location.
It doesn't seem like it would be that far. My goodness.
Yeah, Linda's watching this morning, so she said that we were told on the river it takes about 3 hours to travel to the dam from Cotter.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Miss Linda. Where was I? Saturday. The high Saturday is going to be 61. Saturday night it's going to be clear and 38. Sunday is going to be a great day for working out in the yard, working out in your garden. It's going to be 74 degrees. Low Sunday night is going to be 57. Monday is going to be a slight chance of thunderstorms and then a chance of showers into the high of 73. What do you think about that, Scooter?
There you go.
Lake levels. Norfolk Lake is 554.65, which is 2.65 feet above the pool level. Full pool is 552. Bull Shoals Lake will be currently at 660.01, which is 1.01 above pool level. Hey, while we're talking about Lake Norfolk, let's talk about this real quick. And we'll get into this a little bit more down the road. Bassmasters Invitational will be taking place on Friday through Sunday, April 22nd through the 24th at the Lake Norfolk Marina. And we will get back to you a little bit, probably first part of next week, and we'll investigate that a little bit.
Kind of go in a little more detail.
A little bit more detail on that one, but it will be the Bassmasters Invitational Friday through Sunday, April 22nd through 24th on Lake Norfolk. Over at Bull Shoals, again, the levels are 660.01, and that is what we've got for that. Community news, we'll have to bring that up over here because I forgot my notes this morning at home, and that's not a good thing.
No, it's not. No.
The library has things going on each and every day for all different age groups. Just give the library a call or just stop up there at 300 Library Hill. There's book club, there's doodle and jam, there's all kinds of stuff happening. There's an after-school meals program that goes on from 3 to 4 every day. Like I said, there's just lots of stuff that happens up at the library. Give them a call, go by and check with them, see what's happening at the library, and I won't forget my notes again. That's the weather and all the updates brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793. Realtors you would recommend to a friend. Give them a call if you're looking for a piece of God's country. They're the ones that do it for you. They'll find it. Scooter, let's take a break and come back with some news.
Be right back.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Scooter, according to Stacker.com, a media outlet dedicated to travel, finance, and other things, they have rated Baxter County as the #1 county in the state of Arkansas to retire to or to visit. And that's pretty good.
Woo!
That's pretty good.
Puts us a good spot on the map.
Puts us a good spot on the map. There's some grading details that I won't go into, but you can check out an article that will be published. And It's pretty cool. Baxter County.
That's awesome.
Rates number 1. There is a city council meeting tonight at City Hall. I believe it starts at 6 o'clock. It will be aired on XL7-TV, just on the Facebook page.
Nope, that one.
It's on television.
Yeah, it'll be on TV and on Facebook.
Okay, and it starts at 6?
Yes.
And tune in there to see what's going on in our city government. We had the mayor on yesterday, had a good visit with him. The Winona Judd and the Big Noise concert that was canceled last month is tonight at the Shed, 7 o'clock.
Awesome.
There is scholarships available from the Arkansas Department of Agriculture. Go to their website and check that out. The 37th Annual Cystic Fibrosis Benefit Buddy Bass Tournament is Saturday at 7 a.m. The entry fee is $100 per boat. $5 of each entry goes to the Big Bass. You can contact Dan Singletary at 417-257-0869 for more information if you'd like. And there's the news. Mountain Home track teams are in Viola. Norfolk and Bakersfield are at Batesville. And the Mountain Home softball team is Van Buren doing a makeup game that was actually scheduled for Tuesday, got pushed to tonight. And that is the wrap up for the news. And we'll come back with our Baxter County Sheriff, John Montgomery. We'll be back in just a minute.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
The 9th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball will be coming up May 6th and 7th each night at the Shed in Mountain Home. Dads and daughters or mothers and sons date night, filled with dancing, dessert, a keepsake gift, and a limo ride. Don't miss an opportunity to make some memories. Tickets on sale now at choosemhca.com. That's the 9th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball on May 6th and 7th at the Shed in Mountain Home. Tickets on sale now. Don't miss it. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Thanks for joining us. This is the morning show on XL7-TV, and this morning we've got John Montgomery, the Baxter County Sheriff, joining us like he does every month, and we appreciate you being here, sir.
Absolutely. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm telling you what, spring's almost here. You can just almost feel it. If we can just get past Friday, of course my wife said I've said that several weeks in a row, but if we can just get past Friday's frost, I think we're going to make it. And
it sounds like you're waiting for
smile. Absolutely. So
smiling.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's, we're good. We're just, we're busy at the sheriff's office, and
let's stop it just a minute. This is the morning show. It's a little bit new than what we've been doing in the past. And what I've been trying to do this week is, say we've got new viewers just come to the area. They've stumbled across XL7-TV, and let's introduce John Montgomery. Who's John Montgomery?
Well, first of all, I've lived in Baxter County since 1983. I moved here from West Plains. Moved here to actually manage an electronics store that my father did.
I was going to say, you were working here prior to 1983, weren't you?
No, 1983
83 is when it started.
Correct. Okay. And so my father had an electronics store up in
Hubert's
TV in West Plains, and kind of Hubert's Home Entertainment Center here. And so they put a store in here and asked me to come down and manage that store, which I did, and did that for about 5 years. And then, as it turns out, ironically, the secretary's husband was a deputy sheriff, and a lot of the clients that I had were city and county police officers. And so one day, Lieutenant Jim Matthews with the Mountain Home Police Department was one of our folks, customers, and he said, we're putting together a reserve class. You should think about joining the police department. And I went back and forth and talked to a few people and finally decided to do it, and I was hooked.
You haven't turned around since?
Haven't turned around since. So I began my career in 1988, worked for the police department basically 15 years. Had a little side business while I was doing the police department. We installed central vacuums and things. That became very lucrative, very busy, and so I actually took off from the police department and for a couple years, and did that full time, and then had a group of people come to me and asked me to run for sheriff. And I say this sort of as a kind of a joke. My wife and I have been married now over 20 years, but the biggest fight we ever had was when I told her I was thinking about running for sheriff. And I wasn't sure we were going to survive that. And I say that sort of a little bit tongue-in-cheek, because it's a lot of pressure on the families. But was elected. She's been by my side and a partner, if you will. And so I've been sheriff now. I'm in 17 plus years, and again, I'm blessed. This community, I'm in getting ready to start my 9th election, and so been here, done that many times before, and I love what I do 95% of the time. And I say that while that sounds funny, I can tell you, my dad says if you find a job you love, you never go to work.
What is the role of a county sheriff?
Well, the county sheriff's the chief law enforcement officer. It's a constitutional position that is actually under the Constitution state of Arkansas was created. Okay, so we have to get elected just like other county officials, state and county officials. We are in charge of bailiffing the courts and serving civil process and manning the jail, and all those things are done by Constitution. It's different than a city, if you will, because a city is a corporation. So if you take, and I've got good friends in all the cities here in Mountain Home. I think they're great. But you take the police chief of one of the cities, they actually work at the pleasure of the mayor. So the mayor of that city can hire or fire that chief anytime. The sheriff, we're elected, and so there's nobody we answer
report
to.
to the people.
I report to the people. And that's a big thing, because we don't have the governor or the attorney general or, telling us what to do. I mean, we report to people, and if the people like what we do, then they put us back in office. If they don't like what we do, then obviously they boot us out and get somebody else in. So it's a very important role, and I will tell you, I mean, having done 15 years and working for the city, when it comes to the law enforcement side, that was pretty easy transition. When it came down to the business side, I am very thankful for the business background that I have, because, in fact, the first time I ran, I campaigned on the fact that the sheriff's office needs to be run more like a business. I mean, you've got money coming in, money going out. You can't, we don't print money, so you have to live within your means. And there was a learning curve for me, and we had a budget when I started of about 1.6, 1.7 million. That included everything. There's about 9 budgets, by the way, that the sheriff's office oversees. The 2 biggest one is the jail and the sheriff's office. So it was about 1.6, 1.7. This year's over 5 million.
Wow.
And it's a big responsibility, and I'm very thankful, because I've got a management team that, I couldn't do it without them. And we meet every Monday and we discuss the issues, but each department within the sheriff's office has a lieutenant that manages that, and they do a great job. A lot of leadership experience.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's go ahead and name those lieutenants.
Well, you've got the jail is run by Sebastian Dennis, and that is a huge responsibility. Actually, that division has.
He's new, is he?
He's new.
Relatively new.
He worked. It's kind of interesting. He came from out west, and he was a fully certified officer. Wanted to go to a deputy's position, and we didn't have any openings. But we did have an opening in the jail, and he said, I'd like to apply for that then. And of course, my comment was, well, why would you want to work in the jail if you're a fully certified officer? And he said, I'll get my chance. I'll prove to you that that I'm a good officer, and I'll get my chance.
Just like everybody else, start in the jail, work your way around.
Exactly. Well, he did, and he did prove himself. In fact, he had, his demeanor is such, he has a calming effect, if you will, in high tense situations. And so when an opening came up on the street, he applied. We moved him over to a road deputy position. And again, that same calming, high-stress situation that he can calm things down worked awesome. Just an extremely great officer. So when we need to make a change as a jail administrator, it was kind of interesting. The management team that I had, of course, did not include the jail administrator. My first question was, who do we have internally that works for us that could handle running the jail? Which I will tell you is a huge responsibility. Unanimously, all at once, they said Sebastian Dennis. So we called Sebastian and talked to him at length, and after a day of thinking about it and consulting with his family, he accepted that position. So Sebastian Dennis runs the jail. You've got Brad Hurst, Lieutenant Brad Hurst, who runs the CID division. Brad, in fact, it's interesting. Brad Hurst was a reserve officer for the city of Mountain Home. He was a fireman and retired after, 30 years, 100 years or whatever. But he was a reserve officer with the city of Mountain Home. So we worked side by side there. He was also doing volunteer work in the detective division when he came to over there. And so when a position came open, he applied for it. We put him in that position. And now he is the lieutenant that runs the criminal investigation. You've got Lieutenant Lee Sanders, who runs the support services division. Lieutenant Ralph Bird handled it for years.
What is support services?
Well, support services is, jokingly, I will tell you, it's the biggest pain in the butt division that we have, because there is so many things that division takes care of. They take care of all the maintenance on all the vehicles. They take care of purchasing parts and all those things that has to go on there. They take care of all of the bailiffs that do the courts. They take care of court security. They also take care of the helicopter and the maintenance on it, and all the reserve officers fall under them. It is a huge multi-hat type of division. They handle all of the computer equipment and the IT stuff, and the cameras and surveillance. It just goes on. And so Lieutenant Ralph Byrd was that for many years. He retired. And so Lieutenant Lee Sanders, who had been his number 2 guy, seeing it was the perfect fit to promote, and he's been there a little over a year and has done an excellent job. And so then from there you go to the lieutenant over patrol, which is Lieutenant Rick Lucy. He's been there more than 30 years, a vast wealth of experience and knowledge. Runs a great, the patrol division is who you basically see out in those marked cars. And it's kind of interesting on the patrol, things have changed. Just go back, when I started, or 15 years ago or so, they would spend at least more than half, maybe 3/4 of their time out actually patrolling and running, county roads, etc., and maybe 25 to 50% of the time answering calls. It's not that way anymore. It's just almost nonstop answering calls. And so it's gotten busier. We did finally get to add an extra patrol person last year. First time in 25 years we've had an increase in patrol. So that's been a big help, and we need to expand that even farther, but we're looking at that down the road. And then the other one is the administrative lieutenant, Lieutenant Kelly Stone, and that is an extremely important position because while you first think, well, it's just paperwork. Oh no, it's everything from payroll. We have 60. We have the largest number of employees of any section in the county, and so it's payroll and keeping up with time off and sick time, and then you've got
comp time.
No, we don't do comp time.
You guys don't do comp time.
I convinced the quorum court to give me a little extra overtime money, and we did away with comp.
Well, that's probably good for the employee.
It was. Well, there's a little mixed bag. Some, but overall, it has been by far better for us to do that. But again, it's everything else. It's the paperwork. So when the courts send over warrants, that has to be handled through the administrative section. When you go the court papers, so when a person goes to court and they're sentenced, those sentencing orders all have to come through there and have to be processed. All of the payments that come in, they handle millions of dollars worth of dollars that comes through there.
Fine payments and fees. And is that lieutenant a certified officer as well?
She is not. Everybody else is a certified position, but she is not. Now she has a part-time. She's gone through all of the training courses, just never did actually go to the academy. So very valuable, and I'll brag on her briefly for a moment. So for the second year in a row, we have had a perfect audit, and by perfect, when you have an audit from the state audits us, and again, there's many divisions and many sections that has to do that. You have basically you are screwed up and you're wrong, and you have to correct that behavior. And then you have what's called write-ups. So the write-up says, well, you really didn't do that right. It's not bad enough to ding you for, but whatever. But this is a better way of doing it. Okay. 2 years in a row, not a single write-up, not a single comment, nothing. And
I wouldn't mention her name again because there'll be companies out there that are trying to find her.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's incredible. And she's put such a thing in place, in cross-training and checks and double checks, because people are human, and so mistakes can be made. And I couldn't be more proud of that section. And the auditors will even tell you, everything's organized. It's not like, you go to your taxes, here's a box, here, fix it. Everything is organized and laid out. And, so again, there's 5 different divisions, 5 lieutenants, and then of course my chief deputy, Jeff Lewis, I will tell you, is probably the best move I've ever made as sheriff, was convincing him to leave the city of Mountain Home to come be my chief deputy and take a significant cut in pay to do that. And it's kind of funny. I said, well, here's what I got to offer you. I can only guarantee you a job for 2 years, and you're going to have to take about a $10,000 a year cut in pay.
And he jumped right on it, right?
Actually, he did.
Wow.
He said, give me a day or two to think about it, and then he did. And I will tell you, brilliant man. I could not brag on him enough. In fact, he is sought after from the state. They call him to get advice on how to run their departments.
He was a great officer for the city of Mountain Home. Let's take our quick break at 7:35. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We're with Baxter County Sheriff John Montgomery. Be back in just a minute.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metal.
Thanks for joining us. This is the morning show on XL7-TV. John Montgomery, the Baxter County Sheriff, is with us this morning. We've been talking about the structure of the Sheriff's Department as a whole, and we've talked about the lieutenants that you have and your chief deputy. Let's bring it down. Let's talk a little bit about your sergeants that you've got.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we've got, excuse me, you go, I'll kind of reverse back to the jail. I'm going to try to remember which order I did those in. But the jail, we have 2 sergeants because they work 12-hour shifts, and so they opposite. So you got Tabitha Mays. She's fairly young and fairly new, but I am telling you, she's very
pretty sharp.
She is sharp. She's very knowledgeable, very detail-oriented, which is what we need. Then you've got Sergeant Clay Maple. Clay does a great job. He has actually worked in the jail, been a court bailiff, is back in the jail, wealth of experience and knowledge. In the CID division, you've got Sergeant Scott Thrasher. Scott worked for the sheriff's office many years ago, then went out, I think it was Gassville for a while. He's come back. He is a great investigator and does a great job as a sergeant. In the support services, you've got Billy Cox. Billy Cox, Sergeant Cox was a school resource officer in Norfolk forever. Okay, I don't know, I've lost track, and he finally decided that he needed a break, and we had someone that really wanted to step into that role. So Sergeant Billy Cox does that. He works as a court bailiff, but he's also the number 2 guy in support services, and he is busy. Very busy. If you go to patrol, we actually have 4 sergeants. So you've got James Binion.
Can he cook biscuits and gravy?
And Binion actually has learned how to cook biscuits and gravy. You're welcome, James. Then you've got Sergeant Mike Holland. They run the night shift.
Now, Mike's a long-termer.
He's a long-termer, 20-some years. And again, wealth of knowledge, experience. Then you've got Sergeant Brian Davis. Now, Brian Davis has been with us a little over 10 years, but Sergeant Davis came from Forest City. And a funny thing about him is when he sat in my office and I was looking to hire him 10 years ago, I said, look, you're taking a significant cut in pay to come from Forest City to Baxter County. Why would you want to do that? And he said, well, 2 reasons. Number one, I'm taking an early retirement from my lot fee, which is a different retirement system, so I will draw some off of it to supplement what I make here. Number two, I've got to get out of Forest City. He said, it is so bad down there, you do not let your family go out after dark unless they're escorted. Anywhere, to any store, whatever. And he said, so I've got to get out of there. And so he does a tremendous job for us and takes on additional responsibilities and volunteers for anything. And then there's Sergeant Ken Graham, who's been here forever.
He's a 25 plus, isn't he?
He's over 30.
Over 30.
Yeah. Now, and I'm going to kind of back up just for a second. You know, it's kind of interesting, you know, and we may talk about pay raises, you know, what we were able to do. But one of the things that we discovered was as far back as we could go, and that's roughly 50-some years, there's only been one employee of the Baxter County Sheriff's Office that ever retired with 28 years or more. And that was Terry Johnson, who had been here 35.
Right,
okay.
right.
He was it.
Wow.
Now you think about that. That's unbelievable. And so now, of course, we've got several long-term employees that have stayed with me and worked with me, and we'll have, you know, somewhere down the road that we'll have several that'll be able to retire with that over. That's patrol, and then if you go to the administrative section, we really don't have a sergeant per se. Everybody's cross-trained, so you know there's people that step up but that's really run by Lieutenant Stone.
Does Baxter County still supply SROs?
Yes, we have SROs in Norfolk and Cotter.
Norfolk and Cotter.
Now,
Mountain Home is all handled by the city.
Yes, and we met with Mountain Home. We had a change. Our school resource officer at Mountain Home moved out of the area and met with Dr. Jake Long, and we discussed it at length. It really just made sense, and because every other SRO in the Mountain Home School District was an employee of the Mountain Home Police Department except one of us, and so logistically it just made more sense. And so after a lot of discussion back and forth, we relinquished that position, if you will, to the Mountain Home Police Department. They didn't lose a position.
Right.
They just took it over. But we do still handle it in Norfolk and Cotter.
And who are those two officers?
I've got, excuse me, I've got Selena Harris, who is in Norfolk, and Michael Gorbett, who is in Norfolk.
No, Selena's in Cotter.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
You said Norfolk.
I'm sorry.
Selena.
Selena.
I knew where she was.
Yeah,
John.
Selena's in Cotter, and she does a great job for us. And Michael's new, but he's well received down there, and we've had a lot of great reports on him. So it's important. It's important to interact with the kids. It's amazing to me to watch years later those SROs that the kids, you can see them as young adults running up to them and talking to them.
And they build a relationship with them that's so tight that they do come up to them after high school and visit with them at ball games and different things. And I notice that because I'll travel around and do some basketball games a little bit, and I happened to go to Cotter for a big rival match that was over there, and it's unbelievable how that small community just draws a big crowd to a basketball game. Like, that gym was packed, and your officer sent me a text message, "Hey, I see you here," and I'm like, "Okay, who is this?" But she explained to me who she was, but I knew who she was before she even told me. But it's exciting to know that we've got dedicated law enforcement in all the schools, not just Cotter, Norfolk, but in Mountain Home, because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, and I can tell you, I mean, obviously as a sheriff in the sheriff's office, I'm going to talk and brag more, so to speak, on the sheriff's office. But I can tell you, we've got tremendous law enforcement all over this county and even the surrounding counties. You know, you take Mountain Home, Eddie Griffin does a great job there. He's, you know, not been there that long, but Kari Manuel has been there much longer, and but he does a great job there that since he's taken over. It's kind of funny, I tease him. I was his training officer. So one day he said to the mayor right in front of me, he said, now if anything I do good, it's because I've learned it. If it's bad, you can blame him, because he was my training officer.
Because he taught me. There you
go. And then, of course, again, you've got just, I don't care if it's just around here. I mean, you look at the surrounding counties, and we've got great law enforcement, and city and state and county and game and fish, and we all work together. And it didn't always used to be that way. There was a lot of egos, and I think there was some leadership issues. But now I can tell you, for the last many years, everybody gets along great, and we work together. We don't, you know, I think it was Ronald Reagan says it's amazing what you can get done if you don't care who gets the credit.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the attitude here. We don't care. It doesn't matter who makes that arrest or makes the most drug arrests or whatever. We all work together day in and day out and share information and meet on a regular basis.
Law enforcement is law enforcement.
Yes, and that's probably one of the most things I'm most proud of here, if you will, in this area, is how well. And I can tell you, traveling around the state, it's not that way everywhere.
Real quick, and I'm just trying to give folks that may be new to the area an idea of what happens with the Baxter County Sheriff's Office and what purpose it serves. In Baxter County, we have, of course, the city of Mountain Home has their own department, but so does Lakeview. So does Norfolk have a city office?
Part-time.
Cotter.
It's full-time.
Gassville. Mm-hmm. But not in the other areas that you have to cover, which are way out. Big Flat and Gamelia and Henderson and Oakland Promised Land and Clark Ridge. You know, so that limited number of people that you have a big area to cover. What is that area? How many square miles do we have to cover?
I always say just shy of 600. I think it's like 580 or something like that.
It's huge.
It's huge, but it's elongated. So if you go from, you know, right now, if I left your station, turned lights and siren on, and had to go to Big Flat, which is in Baxter County.
See in an hour?
You might make, in the daytime you could probably make it an hour. At night you can't, because of the deer. And then you got east and west, you know, from Henderson all the way to Cotter, and so we cover that area. But we also, now Mountain Home and Gassville somewhat different because they've got, you know, bigger departments. But we also cover those other areas when they don't have an officer on.
Sure. So you are their officer at that point.
We are, and we work with them and like that.
We need to take a break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. John Montgomery's the guest this morning. We'll be back in just a minute.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. This is Bob Rechtenwald with the guest, Sheriff John Montgomery, the Sheriff of Baxter County. You've had some exciting things going on in the last 3 months through the quorum court and with what you've been doing with the raises for your personnel and things.
Well, and I could talk about this for an hour, and I know I don't have an hour.
You got about 9 minutes.
Okay,
eight, matter of fact.
So here's sort of the back history, and I'm not unique here in Baxter County. We've got issues like this all over the state of Arkansas, in county government. So what sheriffs all across the state are experiencing, like we did here, is one, there's not enough money, but it was grossly underpaid here. For example, until the first of the year, if you wanted to go to work in the jail, it was $12.16 an hour, and the deputy was to like $12.60 an hour, and you had McDonald's with a sign out front said $15 an hour plus a hiring bonus. Now that's a problem. So we actually had gone for more the year 20, sometime in 2020, since we were fully staffed. We couldn't even get applications to apply. So we recognized that obviously we've been having this issue for many years. The problem, it really comes down to logistics. So typically in county government, while you may have the clerk's office, the treasurer, and the collector, and then road and bridge, and all those, and sheriff's office, we're all under one big umbrella as far as a policy and the way we operate. The pay scale, we are all under one big pay scale. And yet in law enforcement, and I've made this very clear, we're not better than anybody else, but we're different. So we have to have the mechanic. We have to have the road grader operator and the dump truck driver and the clerk and in the assessor's office, etc. But we don't do the same job. In fact, in the county policy, there were so many except for law enforcement. They designate when the offices are open. Well, that doesn't work for us. We're open 24/7, okay? Yeah. They designate bad weather policy. Sorry, we don't get to stay home in bad weather. I mean, so there's all these exceptions. So what we did is we undertook, it actually started a year ago, February, a meeting with numerous phone calls and meetings with attorneys. We did something, and I say the word unique, that I'm not aware of, because even the attorney said we've never heard of this before. We separated the sheriff's office policy away from the rest of the county. Now, I say we did it. We actually had the quorum court to vote to do that. Right. So back last September, the quorum court voted to separate the sheriff's office, so the sheriff's office has its own policies, procedures, etc. And we took the pay scale. The sheriff's office has their own pay scale. Now, at that time, we didn't ask for any additional money. We just separated, so we now have our own. Because the problem is, and I'll use an example as a mechanic. So a mechanic, of course, right now is hard to come by. Well, the county judge is a little bit hamstrung, because if he can't give the mechanic a bigger raise than somebody else, because it throws the whole scale out of kilter. And so if you're going to give this one a raise, you got to give everybody the same raise. And we recognize. So by separating the sheriff's office wage scale out, then we went back to the quorum court and said, now that we're separated and we're on our own, this is what we've got to do to make ourselves competitive. Now, all we did, we just wanted to be competitive with Mountain Home.
Because you've been the training ground.
We've
for
been the
Mountain Home
training
forever.
ground for Mountain Home forever. So we were able to get our employees a substantial raise of basically about $4 an hour, and all that did was give us equal to Mountain Home, and we were able to increase the vacation and sick time equal to what Mountain Home. It's a long story, but city officers get more vacation and sick time than a county does. So we fixed that for us. So we did that. So we fast forward, that goes into effect in January 1st. As soon as they got the Quorum Court passed our raises and benefits package, we hired every empty slot in 1 week. And we don't have any empty slots. And we get more applications than we've got openings. And so while money isn't everything, the benefits package and the money, the additional raises puts us up where at least we're competitive. Because if you want to be in law enforcement, you want to be in law enforcement. And we want those people who want to be in law enforcement. At the same time, you got to feed your family. And when you've got your spouse at home trying to figure out how to pay bills, and so why are you doing this, and the stress, etc., you're undergoing. So again, so thankful for the Quorum Court working with us to get that accomplished. And I can tell you, there's other counties in the state that's
taking a look at it.
Taking a look very closely. Absolutely. Had numerous calls during this process.
You've changed your sheriff's web page.
Yes.
You like it?
I do. There are certain things about the old one I like better. There's certain functionalities about the new one I like better. Part of it is...
How's your poll going?
The poll, I believe, said it's going that they like the old one better, not significantly.
Just because it's
new? It's hard to say. There's certain things about it, but I can tell you, a mobile app is 1,000 times better than the other one. Okay, so it's new, and you get used to something. And the website obviously has been extremely popular. We won a state award because of that here 2 years ago. So for the fourth year in a row, we have topped over 2.5 million visits to our website in a year.
It's pretty popular.
It's pretty popular. And there's another feature for you geeks that's listening. It's called unique visitors, and that's how many IP address signs in a month. We have more people sign in a month's time than we have population of Baxter County. I mean, so the visits is one thing, but the unique visitors is really a truer.
Right, that's the number you're really after.
Yeah, more than, I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but it's population of Baxter County is 42,000, and it's more than that by a substantial amount.
Wow. And how many counties around have copied that idea?
Well, so the idea of our website was developed around our conference table. We convinced a local company to build it with the understanding you can take it and go and because again, we know it helps us. It helps us not just because you look at it. It's reduced the number of phone calls because you don't have to call and see if little Johnny's in jail. Mm-hmm. You can look in yourself. You don't have to see if you got a warrant for your arrest because you can look on the website and see. It has been a huge help. So I think they're in roughly half the counties in Arkansas, and I don't know how many states, but it's
so it's been good for them as well.
It's well over half the states in the United States, and it's pretty cool when you think that it was developed by my management team around the conference table.
That's cool. That is very cool.
Yeah.
What else you got going on? We got about a minute and a half, or less.
We're just, I can tell you, I say it all the time, but I mean it. We are so blessed here in Baxter County. Law enforcement wise, this community supports us. I've got a bulletin board that is packed full of thank you cards and letters that people send in. We got a Baxter County Sheriff's Foundation that people donate to on a regular basis, and they use it that foundation buys vests and guns and ammunition, and also scholarships for our employees, because a lot of times the employees can't afford to go to school. We want them to. We want them to become better educated. Makes them better all-around employee for us, and so the foundation provides scholarships for them as well. And so again, this community is just so wonderful to law enforcement, and I'm proud to be the sheriff of Baxter County. I can tell you, we are recognized nationally as one of the premier law enforcement agencies in the United States.
Let's take a second and say hi to one of your biggest fans, Miss Mary James.
Miss Mary James, hello, how are you? And also, thank you, Brian Davis, for getting up to watch the show.
And I guarantee you she's watching, and she'll be texting me here in a little bit. So
all right.
It's awesome. We appreciate taking the time to come join us this morning, and we look forward to seeing you again in the near future.
Absolutely.
Baxter County Sheriff John Montgomery, thanks for watching. Scooter?
See everybody tomorrow.